What's up, guys? So this is going to be my Master Duel review. This is an early review, so I might do another one later on, kind of maybe 6 months down the line after they've done some updates. But this is going to be my opinion of the game to start off with. So there are four main things I'm going to talk about: the UI in general, the solo mode, the deck builder, and the online mode. So to start off with, guys, if all you want to know is my score, my general opinion, 7.5 out of 10. That's what I'm giving Master Duel right now. So if that's what you wanted, peace. Right, for everyone else, let's talk about the full sections. So let's start off with the UI. And one thing I think Master Duel does incredibly well is it has such a clean and sleek UI. This is both in and out of the game. It's just so easy to play, so easy to understand. I mean, look, you start off here, you've got your full modes. You don't need to call everything, have like 4 or 8 different sections asking me to do things. No, just the full modes are right here, so I know what I'm doing straight away. In the shop, really easy to kind of see and understand what I'm picking up. The gem cost is right there. The 4 sections are set out in a great way. You have this little exclamation mark for your notifications, which is really, really great. Your deck builder, the deck builder is just easy to understand. You can even adjust the decks, so you can look at each deck individually and kind of change the cards, so I know exactly what strategy I have regardless of the name just by hovering over the deck. When you go into an actual duel as well, one of the things that I really love about this game, now I love and I hate it. On one hand, the animations are stunning. They are really, really stunning, and I think that's great. On the other hand, the slight weakness of the animations in this game is that you can't remove them completely as far as I'm aware. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you can't remove all the animations, which is a little bit annoying, and it can get oppressive sometimes. But I mean, look at this. This looks so incredible. You've gone into the game, you've got this incredible battlefield. The draw phase, standby phase is really, really easy and simple to understand. It's got the cards highlighted in a certain way, so it's like one of the things you want to do for a user is you want to make it as easy as possible for them to get to the outcome they want. So here, I already know I have cards I can activate just because of the way these are highlighted. Something is different about these cards. I know something is different about these cards, and I know that I probably can't use this card at all because it has no highlight. I love the fact that I just click this to look at phases. A lot of the simulators, for some reason, feel the need to show all of the phases here and waste all of this space. I don't know why, but this is really easy and simple. You click this, you can see the phase, and so I know what phase I'm in. The life points are really easily displayed. I like the fact that we have deck masters. I mean, everything about this UI screams new and just enjoyable and fun to use, and I really, really love it as a result. So I think Master Duel's UI is, look, that's probably the strongest part of the game for me. The UI is just gorgeous to look at, and that's what I really, really, really like. I think it's great all around. But then moving on from that into the solo mode. So the solo mode, I think, is great. There are some slight niggling issues with it. Now, probably the biggest one is the fact that it forces you to play the practice session for every single mechanic. Now, that's good and bad. On one hand, it's good because before this, I don't think there was really a good way to teach someone Yu-Gi-Oh! I even remember I tried to make like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Series to teach someone, but the content for teaching people Yu-Gi-Oh! Is quite bad, and it's just hard to explain the game. But they've got a consistent way now. They've got the 2 practice modes at the beginning, and then they do all of these different story modes, and each story mode has a practice duel where it shows you what the deck is kind of supposed to be doing, and then you get to duel with the actual deck in a mirror match so you can explore it more. And I think that's amazing. I really, really like that. Now, I do think that, look, the majority of people playing this game are going to be, and I might be wrong actually, so we'll see, but I still think that the majority of the people who are going to be spending money in this game are going to be people who are familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh! People like me who've played Yu-Gi-Oh! For a few years, and we want an online option as well. And so I should have the ability to skip this practice session. I don't need to know how to fusion summon with Gem Knights. I don't need to learn how to tribute summon with Monarchs, and that's a bit of a waste of time, which does get on my nerves. Having said that, I still do love the fact that we do get basically a story for all of these decks, which is great. Look, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has such incredible lore for so many different decks, and we haven't historically really got it outside of flavor text on cards and stuff. So being able to kind of see the story and the theory behind all these cards is awesome. As you can see, I just unlocked World Legacy, which the story for World Legacy is amazing, so I'm definitely going to be saving that so I can play it with you guys online. But yeah, I just really like that we have access to all of these different stories in solo mode, and so solo mode as a whole is great. It's also a great source of gems. At the early game, this is going to be a source of like 10,000 or so gems for you, and then after that, online is going to be your kind of long-term way to get gems. But yeah, the solo mode is just done really, really well, and I think that's great too. Now, moving into the deck builder, this is probably the second best thing of the game for me after the UI. The deck builder is just great. So the first thing, obviously, when we go into here, now you can only have 20 decks, which I'm okay with that, just because while I would love to be able to have infinite decks, I know that I could have 200 decks here, but there's only ever really 3 or 4 I'm playing at a time, so giving me 20 is great anyway. But yeah, so deck builder. First thing about deck builder is I love this. I love that I can hover over a deck, and from there I can see exactly what cards I'm using. Like, I get to choose the 3 cards that display, and I like that. I also like the fact that I can use different deck boxes as well. That's a nice little cool flair. But just doing that is great, because I see the name, I see the cards, and I already know what build I've got, which is just really, really nice. Now, when we go into the actual deck builder, you have options for changing the accessories and stuff, which is really, really cool. You have options to change the name, you can view, you can copy the deck, just in case you want to use it as a shell and stuff like that, which is great. But I think another great strength is going to be the search function. The search tool, again, clean, simple effectiveness. You've got your slightly different filter tools, your sort tools, you've got the delete tool, you've got bookmark cards. I really like the ability to bookmark cards, because there's certain cards you're going to be using in loads of decks. Max C, for example, I'm going to be using Max C in most decks, so I have the ability to click Max C, bookmark the card, and now it appears here. I can use it in any deck I want super easily, which is great. We also have card history, so you can see the cards that you have had in and out of the deck. I mean, that's such a useful function. When you unlock a new ultra rare card, I haven't got any ultra rare dust to waste at the moment, but you get a little key appears here that takes you straight to the shop. I mean, the deck builder is just so clean, so streamlined, and I really, really like it. So far, personally, I've had no issues with the deck builder. There's nothing I can really think of to... Actually, no, one small thing that I just thought of now. Link Evolution had a related function where you can find cards. So there's different ways to search cards, and one of the ways they had is if you click a card, you can search all the cards that are related to it. So it'll show cards that in that archetype, cards that are similar type that might be pendulums as well, cards that have effects that might synergize with that card. I think that was a great feature, and if they can include that in this, we know Konami has the technology. It was in Link Evolution, so if they can include that in this, that would probably be another way to make this even better. But in general, I just think this deck builder is just so good. The dismantle feature is also very easy to understand, very easy to use. I see the cost there. Usually you can see if it's a card you actually can dismantle, you see the amount you get back. Everything about this is just done so well. So yeah, the deck builder, again, another A1. And look, guys, so far it seems like I'm just singing all the praises. Wait until you get to the last section. But genuinely, I'm really impressed with the build in general. The build in general has been done very well. However, the last thing we're going to talk about is the online mode, and this is where I'm not happy. This is where I'm actually really annoyed, and I think they've done an absolutely crap job of online. So look, the game is fun to play. However, right now, the system you have for online is absolutely trash, and there's not really a good reason for it. So it's a best of 1 format, and it's some OCG ban list. Now, I don't have a problem really with the ban list itself. I think if this game was made more for OCG players, it makes sense to have an OCG mainly focused ban list. The problem I have is that it's best of 1 format, and as far as I can tell, there's not even a side deck feature. It might come later on, but I don't accept that as an excuse, because they knew when they were releasing the game. They chose when to release the game. So I don't like the fact that there's no side deck and it's a best of 1 format, because it makes for a really toxic and unpleasant online ranked playing experience. What makes it even worse is, like I said, it's the fact that for the TCG market, we're getting a different ban list in that OCG ban list, and we're also having to deal with a best of 1 format. The combination of these factors makes online, in my opinion, just a crapshoot and not fun to play. It's really just who can sack who gets to draw a certain combo, like who plays Virtual and VFD someone's. Like, if you see in my match history, I'm winning pretty much all of my online games. It's not too hard to win. But do you know what's happening? Most of my losses have been disconnects. I think I've only lost 1 game legitly. And do you know what happens? I summon VFD. It's 2 turns, 3 turns almost every time, because I summon VFD and then I win. Because VFD is not banned, it's a best of 1. They can't even side against that. That is really bad, and it's what I don't like about this game. Is it makes me quite frustrated as well, because who knows? Konami might change it in a month, and if they do, great. But at least for now, most people's attention span is not that long. My attention span is not that long, and there's really no incentive for me to play online, which is why I haven't grinded up to plat. I don't really want to. I've got the deck I want to play, but it's kind of like I don't even want to grind for more gems, because I don't want to play Sharks in a format where I'm just going to get VFD'd, or I'm just going to get set 5 pass against Eldritch turn 1 and I can't even side. I think it's really bad, and they should have done a better job about that. Now, Again, like I said, who knows, they might change this in the future, but as for now, the online is probably the worst part of the game, and for Yu-Gi-Oh, that's a real negative. It's like having a fighting game and the fighting is bad. It doesn't make sense. You can't have that. Yes, it's great that your UI is great, the deck builder is great, the shop is easy, the dismantling and crafting section is great, but who cares if I can't play people properly online? I don't care. That doesn't matter. I might as well just play Dueling Book then, because at least Dueling Book, it's a little bit better because it's the best of 3, even though people are trolls and stuff. So that's probably the biggest negative about the game. By the way, I say that I've been disconnecting and stuff a lot. That's my internet, because my internet's bad. As far as I can tell, the netcode seems to be fine. There's no like huge issues. I'm not getting loads of desyncs and stuff. It's just my internet's been bad for the last couple of weeks, so that's why I'm disconnecting a lot. But yeah, even though that's a little bit of a negative note to end the game on, that is going to be my Master Duel review in general. So yeah, I really do like this game. I do think it's great. I think as well, because it's free to play, it's worth you downloading. However, if you're a competitive player, if you're looking for a good online source of Yu-Gi-Oh, this is not it at the moment. It's just not. If you're a new player and you're looking to learn Yu-Gi-Oh and just learn a bit about the story and stuff like that, this is definitely a great pick. If you're someone who's less competitive and you just want an ability to kind of try out a couple of different new decks, this is not going to be what I suggest to you as well, really. Again, yeah, my right now, I think the main people this is for is going to be new players and learning players. I would say people who just want to test out decks and they're casual, just use Edo Pro. Don't bother using this, because it's also free without a gem system and you have access to everything anyway. People who want to play competitive, go play DB or go and play in real life, because this isn't competitive in my opinion. But if you're a new returning player, yeah, give it a try. So yeah, 7.5 out of 10. Still a great game. As you can see, my internet just disconnected again. This is again me, not the game. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to you all soon. Peace.